What's cracking, Naptown? I am sitting at a tire repair place. That's right. You know, I think that last video I forgot to start it off with gratitude. So, gratitude. You know, today I got a message from the application that goes along with my car, and it said, your driver's side rear tire is low on air. And I was like, thank you for that. Because I wouldn't have gone out to look at my car until it was time to see Mr. Guitar Therapist Man for a lesson. So, little gratitude for the application that goes along with the vehicle that tells you when your tire's half flat. You know, that's nice. That's nice. So, I haven't been playing a whole lot, but I've been playing though. And I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to leave on Friday and go on a little 8 or 9 day vacation, road trip across the United States of America, that kind of thing, as I do. And I'm looking forward to it. And when I get back, I'm going to go to CDL school and get my CDL. And I'll have to get my permits before that. I'll have to get a DOT physical. I'll have to go to some private drug testing company to make sure I'm going to pass the drug test. The drug test is it can really go back a long ways. So they can pretty much only test hair that's like 1.5 inches long. So I figure, they're going to give him some of this sweet sideburn action, or I don't know, maybe some of this under here. They could take some of that. I don't know I don't have enough up here. I'm really kicking myself for the last time I shaved my head, because I'd have enough hair by now, but I don't. And so I have a lot of stuff coming up in April. So I'm taking a vacation right before April to get it all straightened out in my head. And I have been working a lot on Sunflower Slow Drag, and I'm trying to change it a little bit to the way that Richard Zimmerman plays Sunflower Slow Drag. And Richard Zimmerman was a magician who was also a classically trained piano player. I can't find his sheet music anywhere. And Mr. Guitar Therapist, he can't find the sheet music either. I don't know what's going on, why there ain't no sheet music for Mr. Zimmerman, but whatever. But he's got a nice dynamic way of playing Sunflower Slow Drag that I need to emulate. And I found a version of Maple Leaf Rag by a gentleman named Aaron Robinson, I believe, that I've been trying to emulate. He's got some nice little touches in there. And so I have kind of reached the point where I'm trying to take those Scott Joplin songs and move them up to the next level. You know what I mean? It's one thing to just play all the notes, but if you play all the notes at the exact same volume, it might as well be a MIDI file. So I have transitioned to trying to find versions of the song where I enjoy the dynamics and emulate that. And they're all piano versions. So I have to go from a piano version to a guitar version. And there are some tricky parts about that, but that's part of the journey, right? I've been working on The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson again. And it's a hit. It's a killer. And then there's Billie Jean. I've been playing that a little bit, and it's a real workout the way I've been playing it. So I have to think about that, because you don't really want to exhaust yourself playing a song, but at the same time, that's part of it. You're gonna find a way to play it that exhausts you, and then you're gonna find a way to mitigate your hand exhaustion so much. I have been circling back around to strumming a guitar, but I've been strumming more in a Justin Townes Earl fashion than if I were holding a flat pick. Because I'm still holding a thumb pick. And so the downstrokes are thumb, the upstrokes are index finger currently, basically. And it's funny how getting heavily into the finger style thing, I pretty much stopped strumming a guitar. And also kind of just forgot how to strum a guitar. Songs that I used to be able to play in my sleep, I can barely get through now, because sometimes my mouth doesn't know what to sing while I'm playing. Sometimes my hands don't know quite what to do on the strumming pattern. It's been kind of surprising. So I've been playing Broad Ripple is Burning, and that song by The Verve, The Drugs Don't Work. And I've been messing around with Forgot About Dre again. A bunch of silly party songs that I hadn't played in quite some time. And when I get them back tight again, they're going to be good. They're going to be real good. I have noticed that moving the capo up to 2 is not super beneficial for my voice, because I'm a big dude. I'm a 6'1" grain fed, and so I don't really have a high enough voice to capo on 2 when I'm singing songs. And so if I try to start singing a song there, by the time I get to the high part, it's a little too much, That's just a little too much. Oh, I got a text message. Dee-dee-dee. What else has been going on? Roy Bookbinder died. Damn. When I was learning how to play this old blues stuff, what I call American style guitar, the blues finger picking style guitar, Blues by the Book was this 2 DVD set that I picked up at the library. And man, Roy Bookbinder taught me so much about how to play guitar. Wow. He taught me everything about how to transition from the strummy guitar to the finger style guitar. And I have a lot of love in my heart and appreciation for Roy Bookbinder. May he rest in peace. Damn, Roy was a good guy. you know? And Roy Bookbinder, he was one of those guys that took lessons from the Reverend Gary Davis, blind Gary Davis. He and, and he and, who's that other dude? Boy, I'm not going to remember. He has a really funny Greek sounding name. Starts with an S. Anyway, in the 50s and 60s, when people came back and realized that these American blues legends were the dopest dope that anybody ever smoked, that was a really positive thing for the history of the United States of America. And Roy Bookbinder was part of that. And he learned from the best. And then he spent his life teaching dummies like me how to play guitar like that. And wow, I just have a lot of gratitude for Roy Bookbinder. And I was sorry to hear that he passed. And I think when this truck pulls up, I need to move my car, and they're going to change my tire, or they're going to patch it, or something like that. So I'm sure I have other really important things to say, but I don't know what they would be. The places that look like they're going to have the best weather for the vacation, and I mean it's the last week of March, so we're going to pick the place with the best weather for a vacation. And east of Branson there in Missouri and northern Arkansas, that's a cool place, man. 10,000 natural springs. It's like a whole different planet over there. And it seems like they're going to have some pretty good weather. And I've got a brother that I just met down in Athens, Georgia. And so if I could find some good weather in northern Georgia with the mountains and all that, that'd be nice. See my brother Ken. And another place I kind of want to see is the land between the lakes. I think it's down there in Tennessee or something. They're supposed to have bison. It's supposed to be gorgeous. So those are the three places that I'm really looking at. And if you have any suggestions about good places for camping in any of those places, you just let me know in the comments. I really like national forests. I have had a lot of luck finding really great dispersed camping in the national forest system in the United States of America. Some of the best camping ever I've done is in the national forests. And so I kind of gravitate to those places. But man, down there in Missouri, they got burnt ends. You ever had burnt ends? Wow. Burnt ends are top notch. They're the top notchiest. They're the blue chippiest. You know what I mean? Ooh, burnt ends, you know? There's a spot called, I want to say Dexter's, right there at the edge of Missouri before you enter Tennessee and Arkansas. Man, knocked my socks off one time. The barbecue joint is the only place where if you see the kitchen full of dudes, it's still okay. Generally speaking, if you look in the kitchen and it's a sausage fest back there, you're in for some mid food. But for some reason, man, barbecue joints, even if it's a sausage fest in the kitchen, you're still gonna be in for some good stuff. All right. Well, I'm gonna get ready for this guy to patch my tire or whatever. I hope you guys have a really good week, and I will talk to you soon.